We start our Carp Days video not bankside but at the seaside with Alan and Peter while they're on their holidays in St Ives.
One little fella. There he is. Woo! In you go, mate. Woo! There he goes. Tough. It's blooming windy, Peter, isn't it? It is, yeah. How many have you had? Two.
They spent the start of the holiday with the rods out, targeting mackerel, and had some success.
Another Mr. Mackerel, you got me rod. Nicely lip hooked, James. There he goes. Just lovely. Yeah. Woo! There he goes. Chewy's off. Woo! Well, guys, welcome to Fishing It Up. St Ives this time. We're on holiday. Couldn't resist it. We've just come down doing a bit of mackerel fishing. I think that's the fifth one you had, Peter. Well, between us, yeah. So I got 2 to begin with, and you got 2. Yeah. And then I just got another one. So that's a total of 5. Yeah. So far. Unfortunately, they were all tiny. Well, guys, it didn't take very long. And we're in already. Go. Another little one, sadly, but fish is a fish, isn't it? Whoa. There is Mr. Mackerel. First thing in the morning, 1 mackerel. Chucking back. They swim off, they're pretty good. Oh yes.
Towards the end of the trip, Dad even managed one more session out early in the morning.
There's one.
Before he had to come home and rig up his carp rods for our planned fishing trip the following week. And this time, he will be targeting something slightly bigger.
Well guys, welcome to Fishing Up. Changed the location tonight, but actually at Dad's house, getting rigged up for the morning because I'm staying here tonight so we can get off proper early and get a good spot on the lake, aren't we?
Yep, that's the plan.
Dad's just getting his rods ready. We're going to chill out now, get all these rods in their boxes.
Ready for tomorrow. Yeah.
Let's go. I was just getting a shot then of the rigs. Going for your head right now.
Excitement. This is great. On my birthday and all. Ooh.
Oh, of course, forgot about that.
Look at that, that's solid. Yeah, this feels good. £10.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go, Mr. Carp. Yeah. On my birthday, I was just texting Sarah Jane because she sent me a text. My daughter, just to say, oh, I've not caught anything yet. And then this fella comes along, you know, which is rather nice. So yeah, just boilie on the bottom. James didn't bother rigging up today, but I did at 4 o'clock this morning, and it paid off, didn't it, Acewood?
It certainly did. It certainly did.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lovely fish, absolutely lovely fish. Sad to see him go. There he is, lovely fish. Feels good, feels good.
After Dad caught that early morning carp, we got the remainder of the rods out, baiting up the spots and using many of the tactics we'd had success with on previous trips. Our aim this season was to target this lake for the majority of our sessions, but with there having been a heat wave the prior week or so before our visit, it had made the fishing challenging. As the day went on, the heat wave continued, even though the forecast had promised rain. The sun was out in full force and it was beginning to get unbearable on the bank. We hid in the bivvies for shelter, but even hidden away in these tents, it was too much. We decided the next day to pack up early and wait for cooler conditions to move in the following week.
Well, we just got here. No one's in our spot. There's Dad.
Hiya.
Let's get fishing.
Let's get fishing.
Once we grabbed a few of the essentials from the car, it was straight down to the lake to get the rods in. We chose to cast 3 rigs in separate areas with a handful of boilies over each, and then sit back and see how the morning played out.
Well, rods are in, bivvy's set up, Dad's reading his book, but I am absolutely knackered, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to bed for a couple of hours, see if anything happens in the morning with the rods, but if they do, Dad's here to deal with it. I'm going to get some shut-eye because I'm so tired from waking up early and I stayed up pretty late last night as well, so nice bit of rest, get my energy back and catch some fish. Well guys, Dad's just woke me up to say he's found some fish. I'm just going to go have a look. I think we found the spot where they're all hanging out. So I'm just making my way along the lake now. He's by the rods, obviously. Just going to see if we can see him, see if we can film him. But this is the good thing about us being 2 of us here. One can go off and have a look at these spots, and the other can sit there by the rods. We think we found a load of them, so we'll have a quick look. Well, I found him just behind this tree. Oh, where is it? Just down there in that spot, there's a load of carp swimming about. So what we're going to do in the afternoon is we're going to put our rigs back out over there, try and get 1 or 2 of them. But they're just swimming at the moment, enjoying the sunshine. I'm going to leave because I don't want to disturb them too much, but it's looking pretty good.
After seeing those carp, it was straight back down to the rods to reposition them mid-afternoon, ready for the evening bite time. We placed 2 rods down the left and right margins, with 1 out towards the middle.
Well, it is the end of day 1. And it's been extremely warm, hasn't it?
Yep, it's very hot.
The last time we came here, probably the start of the video you just seen, it was roasting and the fishing just died off. And we said we wouldn't come again if the weather was going to be like that. And because I've got so much work on over the summer and loads of things to do, the only time we could fit it in this week is once again on another heat wave. And it's just been dead, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
It's been really difficult. It's cooled down now, so we're hoping that tonight maybe.
Could have got here Monday or Tuesday, it'd have been a different tale, but
yeah,
we couldn't, sadly.
It's really difficult. I've got quite a bit of time off at the moment, about 6 weeks, and we've been away, and then I've got loads of jobs to do, like loads of work. I'm starting a new job, and the only session we could really fit in this week, if we wanted to get back out on the bank, is these couple of days. We're going to do a 48-hour session, but because it's been so warm, this heat wave's kicking in, it's going to be even hotter tomorrow. I think we might just do tonight, unless it all kicks off, we might do another night, but next week's going to be wet, so hopefully next week is going to be the time to go and catch, but we'll stick it out tonight, see what happens. It's cooled down a bit now, but it's supposed to be even warmer tomorrow, and I don't fancy sitting out and not catching nothing, do you?
No, I don't, James, no.
Yeah. Alright, well we'll let you know how it goes anyway, guys. We're a bit down-spirited at the moment, but it's not too bad. We've got a little beach.
Oh yeah.
Got the lake over there looking really nice, and it's like being on holiday a little bit, isn't it?
Pleasant company.
Yeah. But right, we'll let you know how it goes. See you soon.
Good night.
Well guys, we're in bed and it was a really weird take, really slow take. I actually thought there was a stick on it, but it turns out it's a carp, which is even better. We just weighed it. We thought it was 20. Dad was gutted because he really wants a 20, but it's not. It's 18 pounds, about 18 pounds 8 ounces. So not, just short of 19. Here we go.
Look at that beautiful fish. Beautiful fish.
Look at that. There we go. That is a lovely fish, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Over the moon with that. It's nice to get one super early as well, because there's always a chance you could get one later on. But
that's beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Well done, James.
It's just a solid carp, it's just a solid fish, this. Solid fish at about 4 AM in the morning. It's only just getting light, and it gets light super early at the moment, so that means we're still pretty early on.
Yeah.
Dad's just sorting out the lighting. How's it coming out? Does it look good?
Yeah, it's better. That.
That better?
Yeah.
Yes, finally.
Just
Sorry about the cam work, Dad's in sorry about the cam work, guys. Dad's in control.
there you go, James.
Is that looking all right?
That's better, yeah. Beautiful fish.
Let's get him one thing. There we go. Oh, thank you, dude.
Well done.
Lovely fish. Should we get some pictures?
Yeah. Yeah. Go.
Well, guys, last shot of it. There we go.
Yes.
Before we put it back in, is that looking all right?
Yeah, looking champion. That.
Oh, thank you for waking us up.
Yeah.
This could have been one of the fish we saw yesterday, but I'm over the moon with that.
Lovely fish, isn't it?
Fantastic looking fish.
Yeah.
I think right now it's time to put them back, so thank you very much. Sorry, Dad.
Let's go. Let's go.
Here we go, let's put them back.
Okay.
Yes.
After the fish was returned, it was time for a quick recast to get the rod back out on the spot, but unfortunately nothing happened and the decision was made to pack up before the sun got too hot. Next week the forecast was for better weather and we decided to give it a full 48 hours then.
Well guys, that's another video in the bag. Well done James for catching one. We were thinking of doing 2 days, but we're gonna it's getting very, very warm now, and we think we'll call it a day at that. And we've still got a couple more sessions to do, so we're packing up now a little bit earlier than we didn't anticipated, but I think it's the right thing to do, and hopefully we'll get some more. Got a stick coming in. Here it comes. Yes, it is. Do sticks count?
Only if it's above £20.
No, I don't think yes. So yeah. So fingers crossed. Will be another video in the next week to follow this one as well. Cheers, guys.
Back at the venue, guys. It seems like we were just here a week ago, Dad.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. New spot though today.
Yeah, we're going to have a look at some new spots. This is kind of the last carp session we're going to get, because hopefully next week we're going to go on the rivers after barbel. So
yeah, just see how we get on.
Let's do it. Let's have a look. Let's go around the venue.
Grab your gear.
Yeah.
The first order of the day was to walk around the lake and decide on our spots.
Right. Did our favourite spot?
No, not my favourite spot. No. Next to it.
Okay. I've already stung all my legs. We've only been here for 5 minutes. Spot one. This isn't the spot I was on about though. Usually the water goes up to there, doesn't it? It's just so dry recently. I get my bivvy on here.
Try to get the next one now. I mean, this is a good spot, I think.
I'd be up for fishing here.
With the spots agreed, we brought down the gear and began getting ready for the sessions ahead. We chose to fish mainly the margins on these swims, as it very quickly drops off into deeper water directly in front of us, and the shelf is quite steep. I put my right and left hand rods down the margins and cast out a handful of boilies over these rigs.
Well, it's time to cast out the dreaded zig rig. I think it's going to go on the middle rod. I've fished the zig rig once before and it got tangled. I just don't trust them. I'm rubbish with them. But I've spent like an hour, that's a bit of a lie, but a long time. Spent a long time getting this one ready, so hopefully it'll work.
The weather was much better today, with cloud cover and a cooler breeze. It was a million miles away from the conditions we'd experienced the previous 2 weeks. There was even a bit of rain forecast overnight. While I was busy getting prepared, Dad was doing the same, choosing to fish a very similar style, with 2 rods in the margins, 1 down the left and 1 down the right, and a handful of boilies over each spot. Once we were all set up, it was getting towards the end of the day. We sat back in our bivvies and relaxed. The lake was calm and still and conditions looked good. Going into the night, we were both very excited to see what would happen.
Let me help you then. Right. Do you want to come in? Come on, James. The end, yes, is it?
Well guys, first night. And wasn't expecting one, to be honest. But just as I was drifting off, always seems to be the case, just as I was going to sleep, the margin rod screams off, just as we lost the light as well, unfortunately. And this guy is a real character, Wolf. He's not stopped wriggling since we've had him out. Really wants to show off, sets.
Oh yeah.
How's that looking?
Looking good, James. Looking good.
He really put up a fight to start with. He was right down the margins, screaming down the left. However, when I was on the rod, it only took a couple of seconds and we had him out towards the middle. It was a lot easier to manage then. But
it's getting a bit closer.
It's always great when you start off and you get a fish on the first night.
Yeah, well done.
And I'm over the moon with that. Not the biggest we've had out here. In fact, it's the smallest one we've had.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so tired. It's the smallest one we've had out here all season, but they're all carp and it's all great fun. The minute that alarm rings, it doesn't matter if they're £2 or £22. It's always fun to be reeling them in. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure Dad gets one. bass, look, as you can see, he's showing off. He's got his fins all sticking out.
Yeah.
I think it's time to put him back. I've had fun with him.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for bed. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to have to rig up now. I'm having a lie-in tomorrow morning.
Well done.
Let's take him over and put him back.
Cool.
There he goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's going back.
There we go.
Well done, James. Give us a smile.
See that?
Yeah. He's off. Well done.
Turn this off, that's good.
Good lad, well done. 10 out of 10, well done.
Well guys, it's the first ever, second time I've ever used a zig rig, and believe it or not, all the stuff you see online, if you've never fished with them before, it works. This was a screaming take, and it's a lovely mirror. Whoa. Check that out. First fish ever off a zig. And it came at stupid o'clock in the morning. I'm getting very little sleep tonight. But check that out. How's that coming out, Dad?
That's coming out all right, James. That's not too bad.
Nice.
Just tell everybody who told me to use the zig rig.
Dad told me to use a zig rig.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I've struggled with them for years. Well, I wouldn't say struggled with them. I've been a bit afraid of using them. I've used them once and it got all tangled. But I'll definitely be throwing one out tomorrow. I'm not going to throw one out now. I'm not casting a zig rig out in the dark. But
Well done, James.
yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing about it. Lovely fish, new tactic, and a bit of rain. We've been waiting for a rain now for about 2 weeks, and finally a bit's happened tonight. Look, you know, a bit of rain brings the fish, so absolutely over the moon with this. Session couldn't have started better. Actually, it could have started better. It could have started when it was nice and bright, but you know, you're catching, that's what's important. So,
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. Fish, for waking me up. Tell your mate to wake me up at about 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Because I don't want another one in the middle of the night, because I'm knackered. Should we get some pictures?
Yeah.
Let's look at him.
Nice fish.
Lovely fish. Getting absolutely soaking wet in here. But this is what it's all about. This is literally what it's all about. Catching fish, getting wet,
Having fun.
and getting bed stinking, because your bed stinks afterwards. Right, I'm going to put him back. Fantastic.
Well done, James.
Good. Let's dump everything in the tent, I'll sort it out.
Thank you. Yeah.
The next 24 hours were pretty eventless, with no more fish coming out for the remainder of our session.
Well, it's the morning time, and the reason you've not heard anything from us is because we caught absolutely nothing last night.
And neither did anybody else. There's a few turned up last night and nobody caught, so we
which
don't
makes us feel
too
bad. So we're not terrible anglers. It's not terrible angling. It's just a terrible lake.
Yeah.
But we're done on here now for a while, I think. Dad might do an odd overnighter, but I've got to go back to work soon. But we're going to try and get to a river next week and hopefully go after some barbel. So hopefully we'll get a decent video out of that if we do it on set. Let's just move this way because I think the light, I'm not sure, that's better there.
Okay, but well done, James, because you actually got 2 fish, not last night, the night before.
Yeah.
And really that was a good night for, you know, it's a bit of rain, we haven't had any for ages and ages. And it really helped matters, and you did it and I didn't, so well done.
A couple
well
of
done,
people on the day as well, but that's it for now anyway, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm shrinking down here, it's a hill.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Cheers.